Good morning, friends. Today we are going to start the new unit of the physical chemistry. The unit name is the nuclear chemistry. The name itself indicates that we have to study all about the nucleus. In the nuclear chemistry, first of all, we will focus on the basic terms. That is the basic terms including radioactive constant or CTK constant, half-life, average life, and the units of the radioactivity. Then we have to talk regarding the detection and the measurement of the radioactivity, types and the characteristics of the nuclear radiation, behavior of the ion pairs in the electric field. And the important part I will talk here in this unit. Then the detection and the measurement of the nuclear radiation using the GM counter and the scintillation counter. Then we have to talk regarding the applications of use of radioisotope as a tracer. First application is a chemical reaction mechanism. Second one is the age determination, dating by the C14 isomer. Then the nuclear reaction we have to see in the nuclear transmutation. One example for each projectile, artificial radioactivity, Q value of the nuclear reaction and threshold energy. The next part is the fusion process. In that we have to see fissile and fertile material, nuclear fission, chain reaction, factors controlling the fission process, multiplication factor is there, critical size or the mass of the fissionable material is there. Then we have to talk about the nuclear power reactor and the breeder reactor. And the last one is the fusion process. In that we have to talk about the thermonuclear reactions occurring on the stellar bodies and Earth. This part is there under this particular unit 3, that is called as a nuclear chemistry. We will see one by one. First of all, we will talk about the introductory part. Then what is a nuclear chemistry? The question may arise in your mind that what will be the nuclear chemistry? It is very simple. It is deals with the study of the structure of the nucleus, nuclear stability, and natural or artificial radioactivity. What is that? We have to study the structure of the nucleus. Then what is the nuclear stability or say nuclear stability, and the artificial or say natural radioactivity we are studying in the nuclear chemistry. Means whole we are doing the study of the nucleus under this branch. Okay, because when we talk regarding the atom or say when we talk about any molecule consists of the atoms and atom consists of the nucleons. Nucleons is nothing but the protons and the neutrons which are present in the nucleus and called as the nucleons. One atom is having the proton, neutron and the electron. Proton and neutron present inside the nucleus, it is called as a nucleon. Nucleus is the central part of the atom which carries the whole mass, atomic mass of that particular atom. Then nucleons we have seen. Then atomic number Z, the number of protons in the nucleus of the atom of an element is called the atomic number of the element. Then the mass number, the sum of the number of protons and the neutrons in the nucleus of the atom of an element is called the mass number. You are getting the difference between this particular atomic number and the mass number? Very simple it is. Atomic number is nothing but the number of protons which are present in the nucleus of the atom of an element. Any element you take. If you talk regarding that particular hydrogen, that particular one proton is there. That's why their atomic number is 1. And number of protons will be balanced by the number of electrons. That is the next part. That is, we are not going in detail of this because this part you have seen already in the FY structure of the atoms, or in that you have seen that nature of the electron and how the electron is there in the atom, that we have seen. Then the mass number will nothing but the total number of that proton and the neutron present inside the nucleus of the of the atom of an element is called as the mass number. Atomic number is indicated by the Z and the mass number is indicated by the A. Don't confuse in between this. Means what is there? If we talk regarding the carbon, carbon is having atomic number 6 and the mass number is a 12. Got this point? Why it is so? Okay. Likewise, you can take any element. You can take the nitrogen. Nitrogen is having atomic number 7, whereas the mass number is the how much? 14. Okay. If you take the oxygen, 8 is there and the mass number is a 16. This basic element you should know. 30 elements you should have to remember, because as far as this particular chemistry is concerned, you should know the basic elements for your kind information. Now we will talk about the radioactivity. What is the radioactivity? You might be knowing that it is nothing but the spontaneous disintegration of unstable nucleus with emission of the radiation that can affect the photographic plate and penetrate the material which are opaque to ordinary light. It is defined as the spontaneous disintegration. Means that particular molecule goes under the disintegration means it will convert into the another form by liberating or by emitting the radiation which can affect the photographic plate and penetrate the material which are opaque to ordinary light. It is a nuclear property. You have to remember, it is always the nuclear property because it deals with the nucleus of an atom of an element. The radiation emitted by a radioactive substance consists of the three types of the rays: alpha, beta, gamma. In short, we have seen that alpha rays, gamma rays, and beta rays and the gamma rays. Alpha rays are the positively charged, same as helium ion. Beta rays are the negative charge, same as the electron. It is called as the beta particles also. Alpha rays are also called as the alpha particles. Are you getting this point? Then the gamma rays, no action by the electric and the magnetic field, similar to the X-rays. This is our the introductory part. Now we have to see the basic terms. What is the radioactive constant? According to Rutherford and the studies, the number of atoms which disintegrate in unit time is directly proportional to the total number of atoms present at that time. Means minus dn by dt is directly proportional to n. That is minus dn by dt becomes equal to lambda n, where lambda is the disintegration constant or say decay constant, which is given by lambda is equal to minus dn by n divided by dt. At dt is 1, at that time dn minus dn by n is equal to lambda. When time is unity, means the change in time is 1, at that time that change in that particular, we can say the disintegration number of molecules disintegrated divided by total number of molecules is equal to n lambda. This is the very basic equation for the lambda. Lambda is the disintegration constant, or you can simply call it as a decay constant. The disintegration constant may be defined as a fraction of the total number of the atoms which disintegrated in unit time. Decay constant depends only on the nature of the element and it is independent on the temperature, pressure, physical state or the state of the chemical combination of the element. It is very much important. That disintegration constant or the decay constant depends only on the nature of element. MCQ purpose of view, it is a very much important. What is there? Decay constant depends only on the nature of the element and it is independent on the temperature, pressure, physical state or the state of chemical or the state of chemical combination of the element. Remember this thing, very much important, okay, because it is independent on this thing. You can see on integrating the equation 5 you will get integration nt by n0 is equal to ln nt by n0 is equal to lambda minus lambda t. I taken it in short, where n0 is the number of atoms present at time t is equal to the number of atoms at time t. Equation written in exponential form as nt by n0 is equal to e minus lambda e raised to minus lambda t in the exponential form. Nt is equal to n0. That equation is you can convert it into the log to the base 10. 2.303 log to the base 10 nt by n0 is equal to minus lambda t. Therefore, minus lambda is equal to 2.03 t log to the base 10 nt by n0. But we have to remove this minus sign. If you take minus sign here, then if you change this nt by n0 by as n0 by nt, then it will convert into the lambda is equal to 2.303 by t into the log to the base 10 n0 by nt. You got this point? Up to this point you got, this is the basic that idea regarding this particular nuclear chemistry. You can remember this always. Nuclear chemistry is nothing but the which deals with the study of the structure of the nucleus, then the nuclear stability and natural or artificial radioactive, means how that nucleus will disintegrate, means how that element will fragmentate, or say how that element will produce the daughter element. Okay, that is called as the nuclear chemistry. Study of this process is nothing but a nuclear chemistry. And the nucleons, we have seen the total number of the protons and the neutrons which are present in the nucleus are called as the nucleons. It is very again important. These are the basic themes. You should know atomic number, as we have seen the total number of proton that are present in the nucleus of the atom of an element is called as the that particular atomic number. Then mass number, the sum of the number of the protons and the neutrons in the nucleus of the atom of an element is called as the mass number. Then we have to talk about the radioactivity. It is nothing but the spontaneous disintegration of unstable nucleus with the emission of radiation. Means something is emitted from that particular nucleus when it starts to disintegrate, but it is a spontaneous. Now the artificial process is there. When the spontaneous is there, that is the natural radioactivity. When we are bombarding something and then it will give the another daughter element, it's called as the artificial radioactivity. We will see that difference between the natural and the artificial radioactivity. Then with emission of the radiation that can affect the photographic plate and penetrate material which are opaque to ordinary light. It is nuclear property. Which radiations will be emitted? Alpha, beta and gamma rays. This radiation will get emitted from this particular nucleus. What are the alpha rays, what are the beta rays, what are the gamma rays? That in the summarized form that is given. Positive charge particles are the alpha particles, same as the helium ion. Then the beta rays, negative charge particles, same as the electron, they are called as the beta particles. Gamma rays, no action by the electric or say magnetic field, similar to the X-rays. Then we were seen the one term radioactive constant. Then what is a radioactive constant? According to the Rutherford study, the number of atoms which disintegrate in the unit time is directly proportional to the total number of atoms present at that time. You can see this particular thing is there. Means minus dn by dt directly proportional to n, that is minus dn by dt is equal to lambda n. This lambda is nothing but the decay constant or say disintegration constant. Therefore lambda is given by minus dn by dt is equal to lambda n minus dn by n upon dt is equal to lambda, but dt is unit time, that's why minus dn by n is equal to lambda. You are getting this? Means decay constant is nothing but the fraction of the total number of atoms which disintegrate in the unit time, and it depends only on the nature of the element and independent on the temperature, pressure, physical state, or the state of the chemical combination of the element. That is the dn by n is equal to minus lambda into dt. You got this point? You are getting this? Very much simple thing is there. What is the decay constant? What is the disintegration? Disintegration, I said that larger molecule or say larger element will split up into the smaller one by emitting the some sort of the energy or say radiation. They may be alpha, beta, or gamma. Remember that. Then on integrating this equation, equation number 5, you will get ln nt by n0 is equal to minus lambda t. We have directly taken this. We are not going to in detail of this integration part. Then we will get ln is ln nt by n0, because we have to take limit. You have to take the initial number of the atoms and then what left after the disintegration, that is the nt, which when you integrate in between this limit, what will be the limit? n0 to nt means 0 to t, and here again 0 to t, you will get that particular thing. Then n0 is the number of atoms present at time t is equal to 0, whereas the nt will nothing but the number of atoms that are present at a time t. That is very much important. How that comes, we are not going in detail of this integration part. We have directly taken this ln. When you integrate, when you take the integration of this dn by n, at that time, whenever the integration of this particular derivative term will be in the ln form. And here lambda is constant, 1 dt means it will of course the t. Okay, that's why it is a here ln nt by n0 is equal to minus lambda t. You got this point? Where n0 is the number of the atoms present at time t is equal to 0, and nt will nothing but the number of atoms at time t. This equation can be written in the exponential form also. When you are going to write in the exponential form, at that time that particular ln you can remove, and here the e will come. nt by n0 is equal to e raised to minus lambda t. That means nt is equal to, you can shift this n0 to this side, and nt will become the n0 into e raised to minus lambda t. Then you can convert this above equation ln nt by n0 is equal to minus lambda t in the logarithmic form, ordinary logarithmic form, in the log to the base 10. At that time you have to multiply by the 2.303, means 2.303 log to the base 10 nt by n0 is equal to minus lambda t, which means minus lambda is equal to, you can shift that t to this side, 2.303 by t into log to the base 10 nt by n0. But you can remove this minus sign by altering this nt by n0. Then unit of the disintegration, that is a decay constant or the disintegration constant, that will be the per time, per second, per minute, per hour, per day, per month, per year. And radioactive disintegration is the first order reaction. This is very much important. Units of the disintegration constant or the decay constant is always per time, that is expressed in the form of the time. It may be the per second, per minute, per hour, per day, per month, per year, and so on. These all are whatever we are using, that we have taken over here. Okay, per second you can measure, per minute, per hour, per day, per month, and per year. Year is the last one. Got this point? Then radioactive disintegration is the first order reaction, that you have to remember always. It is first order reaction. Okay, You got this point? What we have seen, just the introductory part and the basic terms. In that we have seen only the radioactive constant and the decay constant. Remaining terms we will see in the next lecture. Please go through this lecture well. Try to understand this thing because it is very much important. Once you know the basic, then you can easily remember all the terms and all the things easily. Please go through this particular lecture. If you are not getting any point, you can ask freely. Please prepare it well, mind it well. Please keep on study because I said already the pattern of the examination is not yet fixed. Whatever sort of the exam will be there, you have to prepare for that. For this purpose, whatever we are going to discussing or whatever we are telling to you, prepare that part, prepare well, and try to remember this thing. Daily practice makes it perfect. You should have to always practice it. In the test, you have to show your better performance. Why the test is there? Because once you write the test, then you will get the idea about this particular examination. Please go through this lecture well. If you are having any problem, any difficulty, you can ask freely on the WhatsApp group, or say by making the message on the group, or say by personal message. You can ask any query, whatever you have. Please prepare this part well. If you are not getting, I can explain it again. Today we will stop here, and next part we will continue in the next lecture. Thank you.